up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Cardi B, when you said broke boys don't deserve no kitty, I know that's right. Y'all, you was talking just about Offset. Y'all, what are we talking about? The Sun did a shocking piece where they broke that Offset is more than 1.6 million in tax debt. But like I said in the last video, it's not just a debt, it's a tax lien. Tax debt is when they're like, yo, you owe us the money. Can you pay us? Your lawyers negotiate, you do this and that. Listen, lots of people owe the IRS money, whether you took a deduction you should have, whether you didn't add up right, or whether you didn't pay enough taxes. That's the American way, right? We ain't never gonna fall anybody for that, especially the way they spending our money these days, please. But at the end of the day, you do have to pay them. The lien comes when you refuse to pay them. That's when they start repossessing houses, garnishing wages, repossessing cars, and more importantly, they might throw you in jail a la Wesley Snipes. I go over it in detail in the last video, but come here, because we gotta talk about what's going on now. Y'all, everything is starting to match up. Do you know that Cardi B took out two? You remember how people said that Cardi B and Offset, there was a blind item that their house was going into foreclosure and they were about to lose it. That house, right? I think is one of the only properties that Cardi and Offset own jointly. And I remember when Cardi responded to that, I thought her response was really, really weird. Let me see if I can find it because you know I follow this mess for a living, right? Um, Cardi did get a Marc Jacobs deal. So she's doing good with money. This is all Offset. There's also been rumors that Offset like to gamble a lot. And that's where a lot of these problems come from, right? Anyway, let me find this because this was actually really good. And Offset posted up with it. Offset, you a dummy. If you literally was cheating on this woman and forced her to leave you when you knew your but owed over 1.6 million in a tax lien to the IRS, plus you owe 32,000 in California, and that's what the Sun discovered. That's all, not the other little monies you owe. You's a GD fool, literally. So anyway, somebody posted a thing that there was a blind item. Pull up the blind item for y'all. That said, Cardi B so on Crazy Days and Nights, they said this former A+ list rapper is quietly trying to sell one of her homes, but she is really upside down in it. She may have to let it go to foreclosure because she can't make the payments. And they said it was Cardi B. And I said, really? Because hear me out. Crazy Days and Nights is actually usually, to me, incredibly accurate. There's been so many blind items they've done over the years that they were either revealed or we found out later that they were dead on. So I was like, Crazy Days and Nights is saying this, and I actually find them reputable. But I never knew Cardi B was having problems. So, like, what's going on, right? So then I see Scoop News that Cardi B, once an A+ list rapper, is quietly trying to sell one of her homes, but is really upside down in it. She may face foreclosure as she struggles to make payments. It's a blind item. And then they showed a picture of Cardi B's Atlanta mansion that her and Offset both use. Now get this. Cardi B then jumped out and respect, you know, Cardi. But now we see why she been in a bad mood, baby. Her man's broke. And she's like, she gotta get rid of him. Because she said, broke boys don't deserve no cootie. I know that's right. She said, these bees can't see me in numbers or status. Y'all had way too much time to catch up. Can't see me in money. Can't see me in real estate, fashion, and can't see me in person either. I'm not in a rat race with none of you bees, and I'm going to show y'all. Now, listen, a lot of people were saying, well, why would she say that? And I said, because she was talking about herself and not Offset, because apparently Offset couldn't co-sign on that statement. So then Cardi then came out and addressed the rumors about the Atlanta house being in foreclosure. She said, laughing my butt off, you bum bees wish. Me and Offset bought that house in 2019 for 5 million. Now it's worth 7. Check the Atlanta market and no, we not selling it. And if I ever sold it, I would just sell my part to Offset since he loves Atlanta. Throwing salt on my home, hating bad, right? And I remember when that came out, and I said, okay, so Cardi's not broke, right? Because when the rumors came out that Offset had gotten another girl preggo while Cardi was preggo, and that girl Pre was exposing everybody on Instagram. Cardi was silent as a mouse. So I said, if she's coming out about this, she must feel pretty confident about it. But here's the thing: just let me cook, right? Let me cook. Um, Where's it at? Oh, okay. I know you're like, where? Well, let's stop. I'm looking for the olive oil so I can saute this before we flambe it. Okay. Because also don't forget, she was just on Spaces last week talking about how they're married and don't compare their relationship to some boyfriend, girlfriend, or baby mama, baby daddy stuff. So again, Cardi's filing is a new decision, and people are guessing it's real time. However, and this is the uh, uh, interesting thing. Okay. In that tweet, when she is like, we bought it for 5 and now it's worth 7 million. I remember thinking, find it interesting. Not interesting, ha ha, but interesting. Right? I find it funny. I know I messed up that joke. Not funny, ha ha, but funny. Hmm. The Cardi knew the exact amount that the house is worth now. Because to know the exact amount a house is due now requires an appraisal. And that's when it all made sense. See, there is Media Takeout was the first to report this and break it exclusive. Now, I know what y'all saying, Media Takeout, but sometimes they be knowing. Literally, sometimes they be talking about aliens walking on the roof, but sometimes Media Takeout be spot on, and they have broken so many stories in this 2024. But Media Takeout said Cardi B took out a second mortgage on the Atlanta mansion days before separating from Offset. Media Takeout has confirmed that Offset frequently gambles both with friends and with casinos, and he drops hundreds of thousands on a single sporting event. Sometimes he wins. Y'all, so let me get this straight, because at the end of the day, you know your house might be worth more, but how would you know exactly that you bought it for 5, it's now worth 7, and you took out a $2 million equity? Well, a second mortgage is when you suck the equity out of the home. You took out a $2 million second mortgage. How did you know? How would you know your home appreciated in $2 million unless you got an appraisal and you were planning on taking? But this also explains what went down with the LA rental that they were sued for. I actually think maybe Offset is reckless with money. It remains to be seen whether Cardi's reckless with money. But I will say this: gambling is a whole new level, if these reports can be believed, a whole other level of reckless than just buying unnecessary bags or purses or shoes, right? Again, I know that people side eye Media Takeout, but I actually believe this one. But don't believe me. This is just my opinion. I do not know, right? Because come on, they do be coming home every now and then bringing some goods, right? Again, um, I don't know. I don't know. Again, there's a blind item about Offset and his extreme gambling issues. I think they probably kept most of their finances separate. I hope. Again, I had it wrong. It wasn't a blind item. It was a Media Takeout. Um, it was a Media Takeout article. And I will have to say that everything else that has been coming out lately from Media Takeout about this, it seems to be corroborating the story. And everything that's coming out in the thing is corroborating the story. Let me just read through the story really quick with Media Takeout. This is by Ayana Muhammad. Muhammad. Yeah, Ayana Muhammad. Cardi B announced yesterday that she was divorcing her husband, Offset. Media Takeout says at least one of Cardi's friends believes that Cardi's divorce was due in part to Offset's gambling. They're saying, da, 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 da. Media Takeout confirmed that Offset frequently gambles, both with friends at casinos, and he's dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars on a single sporting event. Sometimes he wins and sometimes it doesn't go his way. They also did a bit of bigger digging, and they found out some interesting news. Last December, which is around the time Cardi claims that she and Offset separated, Cardi and her husband took out a second mortgage on their Atlanta home. Maybe that's where the crazy days and nights came from, that they were going to let the foreclosure, or they were going to be forced to sell their home because they knew what was coming. Um, They said The couple bought the home in 2019 for 5, took out a loan for 3 million on it. Last December, government records show that Cardi and Offset took out a second mortgage on the home, bringing the total amount owed on the home to more than 6.5 million. Well, that's just one show. Could this be why Cardi's actually getting out and getting to work? Mm-mm-mm. Da, 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 da. They said last week the reports a couple was having trouble selling the home because it was underwater and that the home may end up in foreclosure. Cardi responded. She called us all bum bitches. She said, we wish, this, that, and the third. Um, Cardi owns a New Jersey mansion without her husband's name on the deed, which she purchased in 2021 for 5.8 million. It's 3,000 square foot estate in the ritzy Tenafly. It has 9 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a movie theater, swimming pool, and tennis court. Listen, yeah, yeah. Cardi's draining those accounts. And let's also not forget, last time she filed for divorce, Media Takeout actually said that she drained all the accounts because at the end of the day, it was her money, not Offset's money. Let me tell you something. If Cardi was the one with all the money and you had her screaming and you had her crying and you was chilling with your ex-girlfriend while she was pregnant with your third child, yeah. Anyway, y'all, I'm following the story. Let me know what you think. Cardi seems like she's doing okay. She seems like her bank accounts are good. The only question is what's going on with offsets. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.